Welcome to the Cryptosphere. This is Cryptogenic coming at you. Today is Wednesday, May 26th at 2:53 p.m. here in sunny California, and we are taking a look at this Bitcoin chart. Really, the question is, have we hit the bottom, or do we expect the market to go down any further? And really, the question is, do we expect Bitcoin to go down any further? Because if Bitcoin's hit its bottom, then the market has hit its bottom. But if Bitcoin still has further down to go, then the market probably has further down to go as well. Now, the key is when I look at these charts, I see a conflicting story between what I see in, say, the Bitcoin chart and what I see in, say, the Litecoin chart. So let's take a look at this. First of all, just looking at Bitcoin, this looks like some type of a bear flag, bear pennant. I mean, this looks pretty bearish to me. Some type of a triangle here, and then this is like the flagpole here. Oops. So yeah, this is that's pretty bearish to me. I mean, that's a traditional, bear flag, bear pennant. And if that's the case, we could easily either visit the bottom of this or break down even further. Like $27,000, depending on where we break down out of that. And if that's the case, if Bitcoin's going to break down another 30%, then we could reasonably expect the rest of the market to do so. So not only do we have the candle pattern here with Bitcoin, but the 200-day EMA is resistance right now. And we've got this bearish trend in the RSI. There's just very little bit to go here in the RSI. I mean, a little bit of ways to go. But that could just take us up to retest the 200-day EMA before it breaks down again and comes down to an even lower point if it continues to honor this trend. And so if that's the case, we can either see Bitcoin come up here and then come down and revisit the bottom and then, bounce around in there for a while before it finally breaks above it and continues to move on. I do not believe this is the end of the Bitcoin bull run, but I think there could be some further consolidation and maybe even some lower lows to make before we move on. Ultimately, I want to say that I see Bitcoin breaking 200,000 by January of 2022. So I still believe in that. I have always said that I expected Bitcoin to come up to around 66,000 before going into a deep retracement, which took it down to somewhere between the high 20s or early 30,000s. So that has continued to be my view, and I expect it to break out and move on after maybe 6 to 8 weeks, maybe even 12 weeks of consolidation. But during that period, I expect the altcoins to go absolutely haywire and to go absolutely nuts. So if that decoupling is now, that decoupling between Bitcoin and the altcoins, then Bitcoin is simply going to consolidate here for a while. And during this consolidation, the altcoins are going to go crazy. Now, looking at this Litecoin chart, actually, I'm going to look at this Litecoin chart here. I noticed something today that I didn't notice before. We had hidden bullish divergence going on here for a while, where we were making higher lows in the RSI and we were making lower lows in the price action. And so from lower low to lower low to lower low to lower low in the price action, but higher low, higher low, higher low. And we broke down out of that trend and made a lower low here in the RSI here. Here in the price action. But if you look at the RSI, it looks like nothing happened. And so the RSI has bounced, honored that trend line just as every time before, and then it's moving upward. And so when I look at what's happening in the RSI, that the RSI is pointing upward, it could be that the RSI is reaching for the top of this trend line here. And if that's the case, what we're going to see basically is just a V bottom where we hit there and we're going to come out of there. Now, if Litecoin breaks above this trend line here at around 281 and gets back into this trend, we could expect it to take off towards around $500 as it comes back to the top of this trend line. So that is very, very encouraging news for Litecoin. So if I was just looking at this Litecoin chart, I would say, I think I'm pretty confident the bottom is in, and now we're gonna take off toward the top of this trend line, and Litecoin's gonna take off toward 281, and then $500. But what makes me nervous is what I see in this Bitcoin chart, because it could be if Bitcoin suddenly dumps, then regardless of what we see in this chart, Litecoin will suddenly dump as well, or the decoupling takes place. I do believe that soon and very soon we're going to see a parabolic rise in Litecoin. where we're not only going to visit this $500 mark up here, but we're going to break above it. And if we can break above that $500 mark, I see another 126% for Litecoin. And so if we break above it here, say 507, 126% takes us up to about $1,100. And so that would be my conservative target for Litecoin in this season before the year is out, really before the summer is out. I could see Litecoin doing that. So I'm very bullish about Litecoin. Just try to be very careful in trading it, because if we come back down and visit this line one more time, I don't want to get stopped out of some trades. All right. Let's take a look at this XRP chart. When I look at the daily chart for XRP, I see a couple of things. First of all, starting at the bottom, the MACDs are still bearish and moving to the negative side, which means that we still can see some consolidation to come until the momentum moves in the opposite direction. However, what I'm seeing is that this RSI is in a triangle and it's getting ready to make a move, either a bearish move or a bullish move. I think there's some good reason to believe why that the move is going to be bullish, and that we're going to break bullish out of here, and if so, we'll start a new trend. Breaking out of this triangle should take us at least to the top of this trend line here, and we may have some more consolidation in this area to come before we do so. But at a certain point, looks like, I mean, if we just follow this out, we're just early June before we really have to break out of here. We could see some further consolidation. We'll just have to kind of watch XRP. But really, anything under $1 is a great buy for XRP. I bought some at 74 cents. I had a buy order at 64 cents, but it never executed. I almost missed it. If I had the buy order at 65.5 cents, it would have executed. That's kind of something I always tend to do. But thankfully, I had a buy order at 74 cents, so I was able to buy just a few more XRP. And any more XRP I can possibly get my hands on is worth it. But we are solidly above this trend line here, and as long as we stay above that trend line, we'll be fine. If we break down below that trend line, let's say the RSI breaks down bearish out of here, we can come back and visit these lower levels. And if we do come back, I will definitely have buy orders waiting again at 74 cents, and this time at about 70 cents or 69 cents, just to make sure that if we get down there, I get to buy a few more. Oh, by the way, what I also bought a few more of, and I wish I would have been more, where is the chart? I wish I would have been a little bit more cognizant of it, is Theta token. So Theta token, I had a buy order at $4, and then I had a buy order at $5, and my $5 buy order went through, and I was able to buy some more. But if you look at what's happening with Theta token in the RSI, let me just expand this RSI so that as you can see, this is bearish, man. This is a bearish trajectory, a bearish trend. And what's going to happen here at this moment really is important. If we break bearish, if we bounce off of this trend line and come back down here, we should revisit the $5 mark again, or mid $5 at the very least. The RSI and the MACDs are both bearish. But if we break bullish out of this RSI here, then Theta token has recovered, and it's going to continue to move up in its trajectory. I'm still very bullish on Theta token for this year. I think once Mainnet 3.0 comes out at the end of June, it's going to explode. So I'm really, really excited about that, and just trying to accumulate as much Theta token as I can in the days to come. All right, folks, that's all I got for you today. I wish I could give you some better news. I wish I could give you some more conclusive news. But the key is buy the dip, hold on for dear life. Don't worry. I really don't believe, a lot of people are saying the bull run is over. A lot of people are saying the bull market is over. We've entered into a multi-year bear market. I don't believe that. I just don't think that's the case at all. I think that the bull market is intact, and I think we're only just beginning. And so I think by the fall of this year, it's going to be a completely different story. By the fall of this year, stuff is going to be looking crazy. I'm sorry, I'm low energy today because I had my second COVID vaccination shot yesterday. And so I'm going to end this video, and I'm going to go home, and I'm going to get in the bed. But in the meantime, make it your aim to sleep in peace every night, wake in joy every morning, and walk in love every day. This is Cryptogenic signing out.